Hi friends, Joseph Anthony here, and I'm doing a quick update here on February the 13th to give you a little bit of a heads up of how powerful this last full moon was all about. And of course, I've titled this one "Full Moon Brings Things to Light." And I'm going to go through some of the slides that I've got. There's major, information coming out. Of course, it all revolves around the political theater in Washington. And this will continue because, as I've said before in previous videos, the United States is right in the crosshairs of all this change in the world because of it being a Cancer nation. And we have all these, astrological alignments that are pointing to the United States being at a very significant turning point in its existence. And so it has a lot to do with Pluto going through Aquarius, Mars in Cancer, retrograde. And so we're going to dive in and I'm going to show you what I'm talking about here. This should be a short video. It's not going to be too long. And, there's so much information coming out. I just, sometimes can't keep track of it all. But I'm sure many of you out there are doing this. But I've got some major surprises towards the end of this video. I came across a video that a friend of mine sent me, and it is pretty much on point with what I've been talking about and so many others. So let's get into this video, and I'll talk about what I see here. Now, if you followed me on the live stream last Sunday, I talked about how this is an unpredictable full moon, and all full moons bring things to light. They're an ending cycle. They're a short ending cycle. And so this will bring out information, revelations, awarenesses. Uranus was in the mix. I'll go over the chart in a second. But more importantly, this word apocalypse, I brought this out in the video as well. If you understand the true origins of this word's meaning, it means to unveil, to reveal, to uncover. That's exactly what it means. It doesn't mean doom and gloom. It means to reveal. And so what are we revealing? We're revealing the corruption that's been taking place in the world. And so we're going to continue to see this. This is nothing new. But as we go into the astrology, the full moon, just quickly recap, we had the moon opposing the sun and Mercury, which is about communication, squaring Uranus. And so we were expecting to see stuff coming out, coming to light, and there absolutely was. So let's cover that. In the United States' chart, same thing. The moon transiting moon, full moon, was opposing the United States' full moon. So we're talking about the foundation, the home, the states, people. And Uranus was also squaring, creating that T-square there. Of course, we also had Saturn also loosely squaring Mars, which is tension, frustration. I mean, all this news that's coming out is causing a bit of frustration, no doubt about it. We're all in shock and awe. Those of us, especially those that are asleep and don't know what's really going on. I mean, I'm hearing it at the gym when I hear other people talking. They're all talking politics and, hey, did you hear about this? Did you hear about that? I mean, it's on everyone's consciousness because it's being revealed. It is surprising. It's confirming a lot of stuff that we truthers have been researching for many, many years. So, it's going to continue, friends. The apocalypse continues. And it will continue this entire year into the next year. So this is not something that's going to go away anytime soon. But what am I talking about? Of course, Elon and his team there of his, 6 geniuses that are hacking into all of these federal agencies are discovering all these payments, all this money going out. And this is a big one. And I have to be careful, once again, of what I say here because of the AI listening to everything. That's why I have the private community. But here we have basically, FEMA sending all this money to the New York hotels and for these people here. And it's incredible to discover all this, which many of us really knew. We saw, we connected the dots. But what they're discovering is incredible amounts of waste and spending that is not even going to help the citizens of the United States or those people that were affected from that storm in North Carolina. And we're seeing all of this. And it's all being uncovered. And it's all documented. It's not like he's making this stuff up. It's all there. And so he continues to reveal this information. This was about the 10th, a couple of days before. the full moon, which is very important. He also talked about this with the news conference in the White House, talking about how Social Security fraud. It was incredible amounts of money that was going out to illegals. And so, I mean, it's all documented. His press secretary has it documented. He's showing it. He's posting it on his X account. He's showing you where all this stuff is coming from. So you could believe it or not, but I mean, I tend to understand it because if you understand what governments really are, you know, they're piggy banks for the oligarchy. And this is nothing new, friends. This has been going on for thousands of years. If you go back to the Romans and the Persians and all the other countries, you know, throughout civilization, the government was always co-opted and used to fund and, you know, work for the oligarchy. This is nothing new, and this is happening as well. The only difference now is we are uncovering it through technology, through our cell phones, through computers, through internet sites. There's so much information now that we are awakening to how the system really works. Many of us knew this years ago, but now the average person has to understand this in order to change the system. And so all this fraud is being discovered left and right. So you know, do your own homework and you'll see what I'm talking about. We also saw the confirmation of Tulsi Gabbard. She is now officially the National Director of Intelligence. Okay, so, but more than likely, most of the nominees will be confirmed. So we also saw this clown over here who needs to really retire because, or, you know, he should be investigated, to say the least, because he's the only Republican that voted against Gabby. It goes to show you, you know, where his allegiance lies. Okay, we know his wife is not American, if you know what I mean. She's from China and with very deep ties to the, you know, the financial oligarchy in China. So his interests don't really lie in the United States, and he needs to retire or go away, in my opinion. So we're seeing this being a problem in the Senate. Anyway, Kash Patel is up next. And by the way, I'm going to be covering Kash Patel's chart in this video. This is something I also do in my private community. Every month we go over major events or people in the public, and we go over their charts. We talk about it. And of course, on the Sunday Zoom calls, we go in deeper, and people could ask me as many questions as they want there. So Kash Patel, I'm looking forward to that confirmation. He's going to play a major role in transforming Washington when he comes in. We also saw, as I'm doing this video, on the 13th, that RFK got confirmed. He is now going to be the health secretary. So you can see there are good things, in my opinion, that are showing up that look like we're heading in the right direction, which I'm all for. You know, disclosure, uncovering. There's the other representative, Luna from Florida, is also talking about all the files being released on the JFK assassination, extraterrestrials. I mean, there's so much that's going to be revealed to us. It's going to be mind-boggling. And this is just in the first year. This is just this year alone. But we're starting to see movement now, okay? And of course, this administration is moving at lightning speed, which was anticipated. So let's continue. Trump's pick, Kash Patel here, clears the committee as of this video on the 13th. And more than likely, he will be confirmed as the new FBI director. Now, I do want to cover Kash's chart. But before I do that, this was the big explosive energy revelation on the 12th. Pam Bondi makes another announcement where she is suing New York, and in particular these people down at the bottom here, the governor, and of course the AG, over illegals and you know, funding them and protecting them, and over the sanctuary status. So this makes another state and city that she is going after, and the Trump administration is going after. Remember, they sued Chicago and the governor there, and they're going after people there for the same thing. So we have two major lawsuits here. And this is kind of what I saw a while back when I said, like, states are going to divide. I mean, we are absolutely seeing a division with the states. You know, you have those 19 states that stopped Trump and the Doge team. They brought them to court. And then you have the 17 states on the right that are looking into Fauci and all of his criminal activities. So you could see that everything is shifting and changing in the United States. It's becoming so polarized. You could clearly see who wants freedom and from corruption, and who's really trying to protect it. And if you can't see that, I'm sorry. I feel sorry for you because it's so obvious right now. Not that the right is anything special, but at least they are, trying to get more, individual liberties, getting rid of the obstacles for business, and more importantly, in my opinion, freedom, as much freedom as possible, even though they do have a plan as well for their, financial controls and all of that. So if it's a choice between the criminals on the left or the criminals on the right, I will tend to lead more to the right just a little bit, and more of a libertarian anyway. But, again, you got to, when it comes to politics, you got to live by the old adage, watch what they do, not what they say. And so with Mr. T here, just in the first couple of weeks, he is ripping through Washington, which many of us are going, keep going, keep dismantling this system because it has to go that way. But again, we have to be cautious in the sense we have to be aware what is going to replace a lot of this corruption. And that's where I've talked about this in previous videos. The financial system is going to be very important. And at the end of this video, I do have a link for, not a link, but a video that someone sent me that is very eye-opening that I'll share with you in a few minutes, okay? So let's go back to Kash Patel and why he is going to be a very pivotal and key point coming up in the next couple of weeks. So his birthday is February 25th, 1980. So he's born under the sign of Pisces. He's got a moon in Cancer here. We don't know what time he was born, so we have to use a sunrise chart. But you could see here from his chart, not only does he have a fantastic memory, he's got the sun, Mercury, and the moon all in water signs, which lends people a really good memory. They have great recall, high levels of intelligence with people that have water, a lot of water in their chart. But he also has these planets in Virgo. Okay, he's got 3 planets in Virgo. And Virgo is the analyst. Virgo is somebody that loves to analyze things. Okay, so he is coming in with this great, fantastic memory. He's highly intelligent. He is a lawyer, and he's very good at analyzing details and information. This is what he does. Okay, so we're going to see this man dismantle the FBI like you've not seen before. This one is going to be very important because he gets confirmed, let's say in the next week or so, right around his birthday, we have what's called a solar return coming in. He's going to be front and center. He's going to move at lightning speeds, I believe, in the next couple of weeks with the FBI. And there may be a lot more activity with the legal side of things between him and Pam Bondi. You're going to see so much information coming forth, as I've pointed out in previous videos, with the United States' chart being lit up, the third house being lit up of communication, is going to be off the charts, friends. So Kash Patel is going to be a very important player, a key component in this whole takedown of the federal government. So I took the liberty of just putting together a video, the transits of Washington, D.C. on February 25th on Kash's birthday, just to give you a little bit of an idea of what kind of energy is coming into the mix here. For those of you that study astrology, that's fantastic. And I'll just quickly go over this. The inner chart has to do with Washington, D.C. on that day, and the outer is Kash Patel's chart and where they fall in the United States. This is how we tell with the cycles. So we see Jupiter and Mars is opposing the sun on that day. So we see major announcements, major shakeups. So I think he will be confirmed before the 25th. But one of the things I do see here that's very important is this Neptune. Kash Patel's Neptune here is squaring Mercury and Saturn, and his Mercury is sitting right on top of here. So what this is indicating is this is a square in astrology, which means tension, challenges, disruption in some way. So he's absolutely here to disrupt the system in some way, in my opinion. He's also got Pluto here, 21 degrees, also making an inconjunct to these alignments. So he's going to really shake things up in this organization, I believe. And he's also got an inconjunct. There's an opposition here between the two Uranuses, his Uranus and on that day. So this man is going to cause a lot of change in Washington. They fear him the most, probably of all the nominees, not just Pam Bondi, but I think they fear him the most because the FBI has all of the information that's been hidden. They're probably, using those shredders right now to get rid of as much information as possible. But I think Kash Patel in the next couple of weeks is going to be a major player. So let's continue on here. Let's see what else. Okay, I took the liberty of putting together also the FBI chart and Kash Patel, and just to give you an overview. And by the way, I cover this in my Inner Circle community. I left a link down below if you want to join. There's a 7-day free trial. We go over some of these charts, and believe me, we do have a couple of really good astrologers in the community that also put in some really good information. So here we have the inner ring being the FBI, and then the outer ring being Kash Patel. So we see here his moon is in the 12th house, which has to do with the, working from behind the scenes. It's on the Venus, loosely on the North Node, and Mercury. So there's a lot of communication taking place right now behind the scenes. But the big thing is Kash Patel's Neptune opposing Pluto and squaring Mercury. So he is going to be coming in to literally shake things up, and literally will dissolve or get rid of so many things having to do with the FBI. Now, I took the liberty of writing this one. Here we have Jupiter, Mars, and Saturn all in Virgo in the second house of income and value. So this has a lot to do with the funding and the money and where it's going. So the foundation, disrupting the foundation, analyzing details of values and finances. That's the second house. And so we're going to see a lot of this change coming in. And of course, the North Node here, which is what we're striving for, happens to be in Leo. So he is going to be in a director's position or in a powerful position where he gets a lot of attention and he gets to control a very large agency. So I do see that coming in. And this really does look favorable for him to make some significant changes in this organization. And I think he will be doing that, no doubt about it. So we'll see in a couple of weeks. But what else? We also have, now, I want to get to this video here, friends. This is the video I'm talking about. A friend of mine sent me this. This is on Michael Ferris. I don't know who that is. He's got very low subscribers. I mean, you might want to subscribe to his channel. But he has this fellow on. And this guy's an investor. He has his own group. And they've been monitoring how gold is secretly being brought back into the U.S. Money is coming back. Somebody is buying this gold, and it's almost as if there's so much gold moving back towards the United States. And he basically comes to the same conclusion that many of us have, at that, there may be a new currency, and I've been saying this for a while now, at least a couple of years, and many others have as well, that there may be a new currency backed by gold. Okay, we know that the BRICS nations is backed by gold because China put up 40% of their gold. But this guy is suggesting that, and he's not the only one. There have been others that have been saying this as well. But if you listen to the first 15, 20 minutes, you'll get the gist of what he's talking about. Here's the title. Okay, just put it in YouTube and you'll find it. But Mike Ferris is the channel. And he basically says he's seeing so many moves right now that he believes that the government is buying this, this gold, the Treasury and the Fed, the Federal Reserve. And he's saying, what are they doing buying all this gold? Are they anticipating some massive change or restructuring? And of course, friends, in my opinion and from my research and what I've picked up on, is that Mr. T was brought in to basically look at the books, to dismantle agencies and organizations, to downsize people, because they're going to create a new currency. Now, again, we just need to watch this carefully to see how it unfolds. Is it going to be a digital currency? Is it going to be a actual physical currency backed by gold, which I am all for? And I like the idea of digital currency too, but it has to be backed by something. So he's suggesting tons of gold is being brought in for some new use. Okay, so this gives us a lot of, clues to what's going on here. So again, we're going to see this, especially when we go into April and May. These are the times of the year where money and money issues are going to be highlighted, because we're going to be going through Taurus. Taurus is the sign of money. And then again, with gold, it'll be in July and August. So let's see what happens. Maybe by the end of the year, they make an announcement that we're no longer a part of, this criminal banking system, and we've created a new currency. I don't know. We'll have to see. But everything is pointing in that direction. So I wanted to share this video with you. Very important video. I watched the whole thing this morning, listened to him, and he makes a lot of sense, like many others. And so you need to listen to this guy and, do a little research for yourself. Listen to some really fantastic people like Catherine Austin Fitz. And, there's a whole bunch of them. What's the channel there? USA Watchdog with Greg Hunter. He has a lot of great financial people that know what's going on. So, so again, take in all the information. Don't overwhelm yourself, and don't come to any major conclusions, but at least pay attention to what's going on. Okay. Anyway, friends, consider joining my Inner Circle group. I left the link down below. There's a free 7-day trial. Again, I do extended horoscopes there. I do the weekly astrology there every Sunday. We do the Zoom calls, and people get to ask me questions. We go over some people's charts. And so there's a lot going on in there. A lot of people are posting stuff that I cannot post on regular social media, and we do a lot of interaction on there. So consider joining. I left the link down below. Anyway, let's stay tuned to this this major change that's taking place, and I look forward to talking to you soon. All right, bye for now.